Thank you. Thank you very much.
Another issue we want to look at with the FMLA is telling employees what are the consequences of not getting the medical certification back to you. Now, understand we've already talked about this a little bit with the medical certification stuff. You got to get the medical certification forms back from the employee. And if the employee doesn't get them back to you, and again, within 15-ish days, I usually give them 3 weeks, 15-ish days, then they lose their FMLA protection. All right, so here's what we got going on at FedEx. You got Miss Wallace, who is a 21-year employee, who is a senior paralegal working for FedEx. Now, I'll tell you right there, you really better make sure that you got your T's crossed and your I's dotted, because you've got someone here who knows how to do legal research. So be forewarned. So she is having all kinds of health problems, and she's qualifying under the FMLA, which again, qualifying for the FMLA is about as easy as falling and hitting the ground. Now, she's having all kinds of attendance issues and things like this. So she sits down with her supervisor, and she says, hey, I'm going to have to get, FMLA coverage. And they say, fine. FedEx, right on the ball. FedEx has the medical certification form. And if you remember our process here, it's reasonably known to the employer that there's a condition here. All right, so what's that mean? It means you have a duty of inquiry. So they're talking about it. All right, so it looks like there might be a condition here covered by the FMLA, so you get out the medical certification forms. FedEx gives Miss Wallace the medical certification forms and basically says, you got to get this to us within 15-ish days, or, and here's the key wording, FedEx can deny your FMLA request. Okay, well, she doesn't get the paperwork back to FedEx. Why? Well, maybe she's feeling better. Maybe she's thinking, I'm not going to need to take that one leave of absence or something like this. Because remember, FedEx told her, get us the medical form back from your doctor, or we can deny your FMLA request. Well, Miss Wallace doesn't get it back, and then she starts having more attendance problems. She's starting to have some issues here. So she gets fired. She loses her job, and she says, wait a minute. I'm using my FMLA intermittent leave or whatever. And FedEx says, no, you don't have FMLA coverage. We told you. If you don't get your medical certification back to us, completed by your doctor, we can deny your FMLA request. And Ms. Wallace comes back and says, yes, you can deny my FMLA request for that leave. You put me on notice that if I don't get the medical certification back to you, that you can turn me down for that leave that I was requesting. You did not put me on clear notice that you could turn down my FMLA coverage. Does everybody out there see the vast difference here? If you remember back to the regs, we have to put employees on clear notice that if they do not get this form back to us, they don't have FMLA coverage, period. FedEx's wording led Miss Wallace and the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals to believe that, hey, if you don't get this back, we're going to deny this leave. That is not adequate. That is not adequate. So FedEx lost its case. It lost its case because it did not specifically tell Miss Wallace, if you don't get this back to us, you will not have FMLA coverage. Now, FedEx, everybody owes FedEx a thank you note. Everybody should send FedEx a thank you note for throwing themselves on the hand grenade, because this puts new wording on that medical certification form. The standard medical certification forms that we use from the Department of Labor, I don't believe they've got the proper wording on there. Now remember, we're using our medical certification form to certify all leaves. So if I get somebody that comes to me and they're pregnant, well, they're going to be covered under the FMLA, probably, if they have enough time in and everything. And of course, there's pregnancy leave. If I get somebody that comes to me with diabetes, they're on the virtually always list, so that's going to be ADA. It's going to be FMLA. So understand, we use the same medical certification form for ADA, FMLA, pregnancy, or any other type of leaves that someone's going to leave. You know, they need time off from work. I'll tell you right now, with the medical certification forms that I use, I went on those forms from the Department of Labor and edited them. You do not want any question at all. You want evidence. You want something on that form that specifically says, tells the employee, if you do not get us this form back in the required period of time, you will forfeit your ADA, FMLA, PDA legal protections. And I put it in bold, I put it in red, and I put it big. And I tell you, FedEx did us a great favor by going all the way to the circuit court and drawing this distinction for us, so we don't get burned. So let FedEx get the thanks here, and all of us, hint, 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 go and edit your medical certification forms. Make sure that you are putting that employee on very clear notice that it isn't just the leave that we're looking at. We need this medical certification form back, and if you do not get it back to us, you will lose all of your rights under the FMLA, as well as the ADA and PDA. Well, thank you for taking the time to go through this program with me. If you want more information on these types of topics, please feel free to go to my website at scottwarwick.com or shoot me an email at scott@scottwarwick.com.